The Nexus chamber held the galaxy's most complex puzzle, a three-dimensional star map that had stumped the greatest minds for centuries. Today, 12 species representatives gathered for the annual attempt to solve it, with the promise of advanced technology for whoever succeeded. Ambassador KRYLL of the Zealothy had been working for 6 hours, his 4 brains calculating trajectory matrices. The Axiom Collective had linked 40 minds together, processing billions of combinations. The Prelian mathematician had filled the air with holographic equations that hurt to look at. Then Elizabeth Reeves walked in, Earth's junior cultural attaché, arriving late with coffee stains on her shirt. Sorry, she apologized, squeezing past the Vraxian delegation. Transport delay. Did I miss much? The human sends an infant, Thexus muttered, noting Elizabeth's apparent youth by galactic standards. At 28, she was barely considered an adult by species that lived for centuries. The Puzzle Master, an ancient AI that governed the challenge, spoke in its neutral tone. The puzzle remains unsolved. Humans may attempt. You have until the chamber closes at sunset. Elizabeth looked up at the massive holographic display. Thousands of stars floating in complex patterns, connected by lines of light that shifted every few seconds. The goal was simple. Arrange them into the correct configuration to reveal the hidden message. The execution had proven impossible. What have you tried? Elizabeth asked, sipping her coffee. KRYLL didn't look up from his calculations. Everything. Mathematical sequences, gravitational modeling, quantum positioning, musical harmonics. Cool. Elizabeth interrupted, walking around the display. She tilted her head, squinted, then walked to the far side of the room. The other delegates ignored her. Humans had only been spacefaring for 50 years. What could they possibly contribute? Elizabeth stood on a chair, still studying the puzzle from different angles. Then she laughed, and pulled out her phone. Is the human documenting her failure? The Axiom Collective whispered among themselves. Hey, puzzle thing, Elizabeth called out to the AI. Can I touch the display? Physical manipulation is permitted but will achieve nothing. The puzzle is purely computational. Elizabeth reached up and grabbed a cluster of stars, pulling them down. Then another cluster, pushing it up. The sophisticated delegates watched in horror as she manhandled the elegant puzzle like a child with building blocks. In 30 seconds, she stepped back. The stars had formed a perfect image, a stylized tree with spreading branches. The chamber went silent. The puzzle master's lights flashed rapidly. Solution: correct. Time: 43 seconds. This is unprecedented. How? KRYLL's voice cracked. We ran quadrillion calculations. Elizabeth shrugged. You were overthinking it. It's a magic eye puzzle. A what? Magic eye. Stereogram. Those 3D pictures hidden in patterns? Earth had books full of them in the 90s. You just unfocus your eyes and the image pops out. This one was basically the same thing but in hologram form. The Axiom Collective's 40 minds spoke as one. You're saying the galaxy's greatest intellectual challenge is a children's puzzle from Earth? Not for children specifically, Elizabeth corrected. But yeah, pretty much. The trick isn't calculating anything. You just have to look at it right. Humans are really good at pattern recognition. Faces in clouds, shapes in stars. We see patterns everywhere, even when they don't exist. This time, one actually did. Ambassador Thexus pulled up Earth's database, finding images of magic eye books. His scales turned pale. These are sold in your gift shops. As novelties. Yeah, they're fun. My dentist has them in the waiting room. The puzzle master spoke again. The creators of this puzzle were the ancient Lindari. Their visual cortex operated on similar principles to humans. No other current species shares this trait. So we just got lucky? Elizabeth asked. Lucky? KRYLL repeated flatly, watching his 6 hours of calculations dissolve into worthlessness. The technology reward was substantial, plans for zero-point energy generators. Elizabeth accepted it on behalf of Earth, still apologizing for being late. As the delegates filed out, the Prelian mathematician approached her. Would more humans have solved this as quickly? Elizabeth considered. Honestly, my 7-year-old niece would have gotten it faster. She's obsessed with those puzzle books. The galaxy's greatest minds left the chamber in silence, contemplating a universe where Earth children could solve puzzles that stumped their civilization's best intellectuals. The real shock came later when humans revealed they'd been seeing patterns in their star maps for years, constellations, they called them. Pictures in the sky that nobody else had noticed. The galaxy was beginning to understand. Humans didn't think better. They just thought differently.